Hello, Drek here, and welcome to Need for Speed, the new game. So they made a new game, EA, with Frostbite engine. Now, the Frostbite engine is really capable of doing some cool stuff, and can't say much about Need for Speed not looking good. But is it really as good as you would hope? Because they kind of screwed up a lot of Need for Speed series. I haven't played Need for Speed since, I guess, Shift, because they basically ruined the game, literally. And I played Need for Speed since what is it, 98, 97, something like that. The very first Need for Speed was very arcadey but fun, and they kind of was fun up until Pro Street, and then they kind of messed it up, literally, which was sad and made me sad. And I actually played Shift like as the last Need for Speed game. Underground 2 was my favorite. It was really good. I loved it. And seeing this, it was like, yeah, the last Need for Speed game was, well, okay. Most Wanted was pretty good as well. Didn't like the cops much, but it was okay. So this game, and I'm playing with a controller because I don't like to play car games with keyboard, because it's very, you press it and it turns and you don't have much control. Now, yeah, this is online, so you can play by yourself. I don't really care; it doesn't bother me much. So I'm using my 360 controller here. It's a lot better than using the keyboard, but there is a couple of issues with the controls for this game. It's kind of what I feel. It might be better on higher tier better cars, and also I hope my microphone is better this time around. I try not to scream much, but my microphone is a little bit odd. I was actually recording yesterday, and the video wasn't usable because my microphone was way too low. So hopefully this is better now. So let's just take a quick look, because that's what it's going to be. I'm playing the test version. It's out the game is out in 6 days. But I have the EA, not early access, but EA access, which gives me free games, and of course it also gives me some test versions, like I was trying test it out on Rebel. So when games comes out, and you get to play them a little earlier than other people, or before they come out. So the 17th is the release date. Now, there is some good to say about this game. The graphics is really good. There's a lot going on, which we will see in a bit. But one of the things I loved about Underground 2 was the level of basically detail. Even though it's an old game, it was very detailed, with like decals, and here you can see you have a lot of control about how you want to tap front. Not really. I haven't found that I can actually. I'm not sure if I can change the. Might be the front I need to do. Yeah, no. So you can see it doesn't affect this hood, which is, I don't know why that is, but let's put it just back. There we go. Which is really weird, but yeah. And also paint, there's a lot of options, so you can paint it every color you want to. And also you can do chrome stuff. And of course, some stuff is locked, and yes, I want to continue. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do with paint and those changes. It doesn't matter. So you also have this, which is the save thing, where you can just reload a game and you're gone. Let's see. You have visual control over the how the car looks, and it's very. I kind of like it in some ways. As you can see, you can tint the windows pretty fast, and you can change the hood if you have some hoods. So it's very modular, but still with bumpers and stuff, and also ride height. It's a lot of customizable this time around. I think this series has always been pretty customizable, but I feel it's a bit different. So here you can change your handling if you want to be able to do everything. And of course, stuff is you need to either do quests or, well, the basic quest, but missions, and you kind of unlock the stuff you need. And so also there's a lot to the whole engine, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do. But let's exit the garage and look at the game as a game. So, I'm sorry. So I was like, okay, this game is, I'm skeptical. I'm very skeptical because of the last one they did. I can't remember what it's called, but I didn't touch it. I didn't play it. It didn't say, "Ooh, a Need for Speed game," and I haven't said, "Ooh, a Need for Speed game" in a long time. And I'm like, I think my brother is probably the car gamer of. He said Shift 1 and 2 was really good, and I never played the second one. I just played the first one. It was pretty good, but since Underground, there hasn't been a good car game. Even like Grid 2, which I was looking forward to because I loved the first Grid, was not really as good as Grid 1. Grid 1 added a lot of cool stuff, like the drifting was really amazing in Grid 1. And Grid 2, again, it suddenly became a circuit game. It's like, ooh, we need to go to the circuit. I don't want to challenge him because I suck at driving in this game right now. I feel the controls is a little bit off for me. I'm not sure. I was messing with it yesterday when I was recording the first time around, and I'm just finding this. It might be because of it's the starter car, basically. It kind of feels sluggish, but I'm not sure. Even getting into a drift used to be a lot easier to manage a drift. As you can see, I'm way off drifting, and I can see drifting in this game be a problem, especially in this car. So it might be the car, I don't know. I only have 10 hours of gameplay, so I probably can get to buy a higher tier car, but I found the controls to be extremely sluggish. Kind of like, even if I'm using a controller, it feels like I'm playing on a keyboard. And most people know how playing car games with a mouse and keyboard can be a bit of annoying, because if you press the button, it just turns. There's no delay, or there's no it just turns. And as you can see, this doesn't really turn. I mean, I'm really using a controller, and for me it's weird. I don't get it. I don't know if they're trying to go realistic on this one, or just it's not. It doesn't feel like Haiti for me. It really doesn't. Graphics wise, now I'm kind of out, and it's middle of the night and stuff. Let's go back to the town. I'm not going to do drifts because I can't really get them to work properly. So like a really good drift and stuff. As you can see, I don't know if it's just me or if it's just the game that really isn't completely made for drifting. But yeah, the game does look nice. There's a lot of graphical fidelity here, but it's also very confusing because the raindrops on the screen, and I took off motion blur directly when I opened the game because I actually didn't look, and I got so seasick, basically. And yeah, police is back in the game, of course. They don't seem as annoying as in Most Wanted. I hated them in Most Wanted because you could literally not get around them, basically. I was really bad at getting away from them, and also it seems easier in this game. It really does seem easier to not have them around. So again, a lot of stuff in this game is like based around destroying stuff, like Most Wanted. I think. I don't think there's these you can drive into, like in Most Wanted, you can drive into gas stations and they will explode and you will lose the cops, and I don't think that's in. And also, I don't know how to turn off the music because I just realized that there's music, and I don't want to bleed. I don't really care, but I don't want to be flagged for anything. There we go. But yeah, I'm not sure about this. I do like car games. I do like car games and stuff, and I'm just not. I don't feel like, oh, I need to go out buying Need for Speed like I did with Underground and those games. Like, oh, I'm going to buy them tomorrow. But this game, I don't know. Having a hard time figuring out if I like it, or because I don't like the controls. Basically, the feeling of sluggishness really annoys me. The unresponsive plummet into a wall, and I'm not going to do a race because most of the races right now is just point-to-point races, and it's kind of boring. And they kind of win all the time because they never crash. Well, so it seems. I haven't seen them crash, so I'm not sure if it's me or them, but I think it's the sluggish. They corner very well as a computer, and I do not, as you can see. But yeah, I was like hyped on I really wanted a new Need for Speed game, but I think this game is like, I'm not sure about it. It does look cool. The cars are cool. The online part, I don't know. Everything is online these days. Can play alone. Don't really mind playing because I haven't really been challenged or anything from people. But I just don't really feel like, why does it always have to be online stuff? I mean, internet goes down, you can't play the game, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool people are racing around, like in the crew, game. I think actually the crew is a bit better than this one. Don't know why. That's just the feeling. So yeah, and you can see a lot of people are joining games. Sprint race, a lot of sprint races here. I think that's what they mostly are into in this game. There's probably circuit as well, tracks and stuff like in the old one. So yeah, this was just a quick look at it because I was like, oh, Need for Speed, and also it's not released yet, so it's cool to have a first glance at it before anybody else gets it, basically. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this small video. I know it wasn't a long one, but it kind of just a bit of insight in this new Need for Speed game, and I don't think people would get really hyped up about it anymore because like, oh, Need for Speed, that's that game, and it doesn't feel as super arcadey as the other one that I can't remember what it's called. The Hot Pursuit one, the new Hot Pursuit. I haven't tried it. I just saw people playing it. It just was super arcadey and cars like going crazy and fast, and so yeah. this game kind of feels more to the point of being like the old Need for Speed, but I'm still missing. I think I'm missing a bit. I probably need to play it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to buy it. There's a lot of other really good games out there I rather wants to try. And also unlock. Everything is like, oh, you need to unlock everything, and just like by leveling, probably also racing with online people. I don't know. I haven't taken too much a look at it. There's a lot of stuff with snapshots and crew play, and that's pretty cool. You can play with your friends. It's not that I kind of. But daily channel is kind of like, oh, you can't do this and you can't. It's like playing Battlefield. Oh, you need to use this gun. Oh, you need to use that gun 50,000 times before you're unlocking that gun. Or it's cool to do that, but it also gets a bit tedious and annoying. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this small video. Hopefully it's a small video by now. Well, like, subscribe, dislike. Even leave a comment. I could probably do this better, but yeah, put a comment in if you're hyped about this new Need for Speed, or if you're not. So yeah, I talk to you guys later. Have a good day.